It's disgusting what's going on with her. You guys need to put a stop to this because it is going too far. She was out there hacking again versus Phoenix today. And not only was she out there hacking and doing all of that stuff, let's look at her trying to interrupt the Phoenix Mercury's huddle and start a fight with Satou Sabally and Mercury players. Let's look at this nonsense. You guys need to put a stop to this. Y'all need to put a stop.
Dijonai Carrington waited asterisk until the final buzzer asterisk to try turning Satou Sabally into her personal punching bag because apparently 4 quarters of basketball just weren't enough. Meanwhile, Cathy Engelbert's out here acting like she's hosting a wellness retreat, not running a professional league. Someone get her a whistle and maybe a fire extinguisher because things are heating up fast. This isn't just WNBA drama. It's an all-out spicy showdown. Buckle up. This one's unhinged in the best way.
Some serious drama going down here after this ball game ended. Well, I'm surprised security.
Now you see her go approach her? You see her go approach her? You see her go approach her from behind? And that look, her teammates are having to pull her back and all of that. Bruh, you lost. Y'all got smacked. Y'all have won one game. Take your sorry asses to the locker room. Take y'all sorry asses to the locker room. Y'all won one game all year. Shout out to Paige. You had a hell of a performance today. Y'all stink. Don't interrupt the other team huddle. Take y'all trash team to the locker room.
Oh, it gets even wilder because the real question is, how is this asterisk still asterisk happening? It's 2025 and we're watching paid professional athletes throw WWE-style tantrums like it's a middle school hallway fight. And somehow, Cathy Engelbert is just out here sipping chamomile tea like everything's perfectly normal. Ma'am, are you running a pro league or hosting an anger management support group with a scoreboard?
What are we doing? Seriously, what are we doing this season? What happened to you in the off-season? Who hurt you, Dijonai? Ever since the season tipped off, you have been a one-person wrecking ball, wrecking havoc on the floor, wrecking havoc after the game, approaching officials, eye-raking Jessica Shepard. Another week, another day of dirtbag Dijonai Carrington. A game where Paige Bueckers had her best game as a pro.
Let's talk about Dijonai Carrington for a second, because we've officially entered a new dimension of unbothered chaos. She's not just battling in the paint anymore. She's out here throwing full-blown karate chops mid-broadcast like she graduated top of her class at the Shaolin Temple. Blink, and you'll miss her going full Bruce Lee on a routine layup. At this point, every post-game handshake feels like a stealth audition for Asterisk Cobra Kai, WNBA edition.
In drama yet again in another basketball game. And this time it's with a top-notch player, man. Her and Satou Sabally had a powerful exchange after this game. And you already know, Phoenix put the beast on Dallas. Dallas, one of the worst teams in the league. This should come as no surprise, bro. But one thing I can tell you is Dijonai Carrington behavior is starting to look a little spooky, bro. At this point, bro, something has to be done.
And then there's the hair pulling. Yes, you heard that right. We got WNBA players yanking each other's extensions like it's the final round of an Asterisk, Real Housewives Asterisk reunion. How did we go from fast breaks and fadeaways to full-blown follicle warfare? Someone call the league office, not just for fines, but for hazard pay. At this point, forget mouth guards. These ladies need helmets and liability waivers. Trainers, and here's the real kicker, Carrington is no random wrecking ball. She's a selective bully. She doesn't throw down with just anyone. Oh no, this isn't chaos without calculation. Jake picks her victims like she's drafting her fantasy fight club. She only comes for players she's confident she can steamroll. Try pulling that nonsense on someone like A.A. Wilson or Brittany Grier and see how fast you get folded like a beach chair. But DJ, she's out here squaring up with rookies and anyone on.
Satou Sabally low-key was going at it the entire game. Okay, they both they were doing pretty good guarding and defending each other. Like, it was starting to get heated up again. They're very competitive women. Okay, Okay, Satou Sabally stands at 6'4". Dijonai Carrington is at 5'11". The truth is, though, low-key, they kind of have been going at it, so to speak, for some years now. I remember I saw a clip back in from 2023. Just YouTube it here, guys. It's on YouTube here for free. Just type in Dijonai Carrington, Satou Sabally 2023. They got into the kind of clash, and then Dijonai Carrington had said something to her out of bounds. She did something to her. She got fined $200, and then they was on Twitter talking about it. And Dijonai Carrington had added Satou Sabally. She was like, "Come on, Satou, it ain't even got to be like this." And Satou Sabally was like, "Girl, whatever." Again, Satou Sabally, okay, has been she's slick at the mouth. Okay, her and Dijonai Carrington, they act like they ain't got no media training. They act like they ain't got no home training.
6 feet like it's an afternoon hobby. It's giving playground energy. She's the kid who slaps your lunch tray off the table, but only if she's sure you won't hit back. Classic bully behavior, bravado with a safety net. And you know what? That's the part that stings the most. She knows exactly what she's doing. This isn't heat of the moment passion. It's premeditated mayhem with a spritz of ego and a side of poor judgment. And where is Kathy Engelbert through all of this? In a boardroom somewhere, drafting a very soft, very vague statement about sportsmanship and high standards, while the league morphs into a full compact soap opera. Kathy, you don't need a PR team, you need a referee crew with riot shields, because what's happening on that court isn't passion, it's borderline battery. Out of here, bro, get her out of here, man, get her out of here. Why is she even up there? Get her out of here. To Carrington, you have done enough. Are you going to step in? You remember the last time I said since the refs won't handle her doing all these flagrants, somebody going to have to step up and fight now. We're after the game and she's approaching someone to fight. She's approaching someone hostile. You're like, you too hostile. You just got popped. You all have lost 10 games. You have won 1 game. Get your ass to the locker room. Let's just imagine the scene for a second. The final buzzer goes off. Everyone's tired, sweaty, maybe a little annoyed. But instead of dapping up and heading to the locker room like functioning adults, DJ Carrington decides it's time for a surprise episode of Mortal Kombat. Satou Sabally still trying to tie her shoelaces, and DJ's already assuming a ninja stance, possibly humming her own entrance music. It's madness. The crowd's confused, security's asleep, and Kathy's still nowhere to be found, probably downloading a mindfulness app. Meanwhile, DJ is turning the WNBA into the Wild West, one shove at a time. Let's be clear, this isn't competitiveness gone too far, it's unchecked aggression with a whistle nearby, and every time the league fails to respond with real consequences, it sends a message: hey, go ahead and body slam someone. If you're having a bad shooting night, we'll just find you $250 and post a cute be better tweet. Where are the suspensions, the accountability, the leadership? Carrington is pulling off an entire fight card in slow motion, and nobody's pressing pause. She's the Tasmanian devil in braids wreaking havoc, while the league's top exec is somewhere reorganizing color-coded spreadsheets. What else happened last night? Dane Carrington said, "Oh, what, Paige Beckers is going to get all this shine after her amazing game. Paige Beckers is going to get all this publicity after this amazing game. How do I take the spotlight off my teammate, act like a child, and have everybody's eyes on the O? I know what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to approach Satou Sabally to Satou Sabally to Sabally as the Phoenix Mercury are over here huddling. Satou Sabally gets into it with one of the wings teammates. They're over here. Yeah, you see, yes, sadist. Sabally jawing at Dane, and that's Dane, that's dirtbag Dane, by the way, with that thigh tattoo, as you see over here. Kathy Engelbert's got all the authority of a substitute teacher in a classroom full of feral middle schoolers. Everyone's just doing what they want, while she helplessly writes names on a clipboard no one's ever going to read. And don't even try to tell us that's just passion. Passion is diving for loose balls. Passion is playing through a sprained ankle. Passion is not dropkicking your opponent's kneecap and then pretending it was incidental contact. Carrington out here pulling hair like she's styling mannequins blindfolded. There's nothing passionate about going full USC during post-game pleasantries, but again, it's who she targets that really exposes the game. G never pops off at the league veterans who got reach strength, or let's be honest, the receipts. You'll never see her trying that nonsense with a Candace Parker team on. She's not storming toward the 6th or All-Stars. No, she waits for the ones who are too stunned, too polite, or too green to swing back. It's not just violence, it's strategic violence, like a villain with a scouting report. And the fans, oh, they're eating it up, because let's face it, the drama is compelling. There's something disturbingly entertaining about watching someone try to double dutch their way between a handshake line and a street fight. How did security let that go on for so long? How does how does WNBA security not usher them off of the floor? How are y'all allowing them to stay on the floor that long when you see it's becoming hostile, especially with their reputation? Y'all supposed to get them off the floor, get them off the floor. You don't see the other team when Minnesota plays at home, right? When Minnesota plays at home, and after the game they do their dance step thing, whatever it is they do, you don't see the other team out there. No, the other team beat it. They just smacked. I all skate, get out of here, Skados, have a safe flight home. You don't see the other team out there when the men like, come on, y'all lost, y'all been losing WNBA yard. But if Kathy Engelberg doesn't get a grip soon, the WNBA is not going to be known for elite talent and growing influence. It's going to be known as the league where you might catch a right hook before you catch your breath. It's time to stop handing out polite warnings and start handing out actual repercussions, because if Dijonai Carrington turns another post-game moment into her own personal fight club and the league does nothing again, we're going to have to start assuming Kathy Engelberg's running this thing from an underwater bunker with no Wi-Fi punishment isn't optional anymore. It's survival. The WNBA can't afford to become a parody of itself where every tense matchup ends with someone on the floor and someone else going viral for all the wrong reasons. She can't keep walking away like she's the main character in a telenovela, storming off dramatically after setting the building on fire. We need order, we need leadership, and most of all, we need Kathy to wake up and start acting like the commissioner of a professional sports league and not the director of a chaotic summer camp, because the only thing more ridiculous than Dijonai Carrington's antics is that no one's stopping her. And what's even more baffling in this bizarre WNBA drama fest, Skylar Diggins-Smith didn't even stand up to Dijonai Carrington. Yeah, I think this is a conversation that could also be important for the next CBA. You know, Kathy added a lot of games, and us as players' recovery is so important. We put our bodies on the line every single time. We had 9 games in 18 days. It's not really responsible for a commissioner. I think other teams have like 3 back-to-back, so it's just a lot of things that we could clean up in terms of scheduling. But we persevered, and we show that we can do it. It's just something that obviously along the way over the course of a long season that's really hard to do. Skylar, the same Skylar who struts around like she invented toughness, who swaggers up and down the court like she's the final boss in a video game. She just let DJ run wild like a toddler off their leash. Not even a side eye, not even a dramatic clapback. Sis was practically in airplane mode. For someone who talks the talk, she sure turned into a ghost the minute things got spicy. This is the same Skylar who never misses a chance to flex her attitude, whose highlight reels come with their own soundtrack of sass and smirks. But when DJ started spinning up her Tasmanian tornado routine, Skylar looked the other way like she just remembered she left her curling iron on. Where was all that alpha energy when the league needed anyone to pump the brakes on this chaos? Instead, everyone just let it happen. She went full Mortal Kombat again, and the veterans stood around like background dancers in her villain origin story. It's like no one wants to be the adult in the room, and now you got this ripple effect, this chain reaction of unchecked aggression that's turning WNBA games into gladiator arenas with occasional free throws. Because let's be real here, these women are hellbent on destroying their own league, one foul-mouthed elbow-throwing moment at a time. This isn't passion, it's sabotage. This is what it looks like when athletes confuse competitive with combustible, when they think chaos is branding, when they believe if they're not trending for drama, they're not relevant. The WNBA needs to step in and solve this nonsense. Man, y'all are allowing this girl to run around like a menace. And like I said, Satou, we all know Satou kind of soft. It is what it is. Like Satou ain't with all that she know who to pick and choose to play these games, which she wouldn't have. You see, Alyssa Thomas was stopping it. She wouldn't have did what that wolfing she was doing with Satou. She would never do that with Alyssa Thomas, who was there. She wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do that at all. Y'all got popped by 13 points. You guys are 1-10. And guess what? It's working. They're trending, just not for the reasons anyone wants the WBA to trend. Instead of being known for their skill, talent, and rising visibility, we're watching the league become a blooper reel of sideline scuffles and post-game meltdowns. If this continues, ESPN might as well air WNBA highlights right after a Real Housewives of Atlanta marathon for seamless genre transition. She brought in new fans, mainstream coverage, and actual buzz. She made casual sports watchers care for the first time in a long time. People outside the core audience were talking about women's basketball like it mattered. And what do some of these players do with that momentum? They decide now's the time to start treating games like they're auditioning for Survivor Elbow Island, clearly allowing her to bully, attack, say whatever, do whatever she want to any damn players there is. No disciplinary actions, there is no nothing with DJ Carnbro. I mean, this is getting out of hand, dog, and it's just so crazy to me that this is yet another week. I mean, well, not even a week, another game, and we have a DJ Currency situation, bro, a whole damn situation, bro. I jaw-droppingly self-destructive here. You have this generational talent, someone with real star power leagues visibility on her back, and instead of protecting that energy, uplifting the game, and riding the wave, some players are too busy trying to body slam each other and fight over who gets to be the league's next chaos queen. Do they not realize what's at stake? Do they think Caitlin Clark is going to stick around just to get blindsided by flying fists and petty fouls every game? If this keeps up, don't be shocked if she starts eyeing a European contract. That'll be the end of this beautiful, fragile comeback the WNBA was just starting to experience, because let's face it, this league isn't bulletproof. It doesn't have the cushion or clout to absorb this kind of drama and still keep climbing. Caitlin Clark isn't just a player, she's the ticket, the ad revenue, the reason people care, and right now the league is treating her like an expendable rookie instead of the lifeline she is. Of course, when you have two competitive women, okay, who are very spicy, you know they're going to speak their mind. It is what it is. They got that non-nonsense attitude. They gonna clash low-key during that unrivaled okay back in February. When it was 1v1, they low-key was they damn near was fighting okay. When it was Satou Sabally up against DJ Carrington, Satou Sabally against, she's 6'4", large wingspan, she's bigger and stronger and taller than DJ Carrington. She was tossing DJ Carrington around like a damn rag doll, and no one, especially not Kathy Engelbert, seems willing to step in and say enough, we're not doing this anymore. No one's laying down the law. No one's pulling DJ aside and saying, hey, you know what might be more productive than trying to strangle someone with their own ponytail? Defense. No one's holding players accountable for behavior that would get you ejected from a pickup game at your local YNC. Instead, we get vague press releases. She didn't show up to get Klausline Midame or Sucker checked off a screen, but that's exactly what's happening. And if you think she's going to take that abuse indefinitely, you're dreaming. Because let's be real, Europe would love to have her, the fans would actually appreciate her, the teams would build around her. And you know what they wouldn't do? Use her as a crash test dummy to prove some twisted point about toughness. So right here, this Satou Sabally, right? So Satou Sabally is in Dallas. Now we all know she used to play for Dallas, so it wasn't a welcome back. Dijonai Carrington immediately put her hands up to the camera. Now this click, like this scene right here, is going viral everywhere. A DJ character putting her hand up to the camera, really telling the camera she don't want nothing to do with them, bro. So if the WNBA wants to keep this rising tide from turning into a tidal wave of disaster, they better act fast. That means real punishment, real leadership, and maybe, just maybe, a reminder to players like DJ Carrington that you don't grow the game by trying to knock out your teammates, your opponents, or your league's only bankable star. You grow the game by playing it like it matters, like you want people to watch, like the goal is to inspire, not intimidate. But right now, too many players seem more interested in seeing their name in headlines than in building something lasting. And Kathy Engelbert, she's running out of chances. You can't let the league devolve into a bad episode of Jerry Springer and still pretend you've got it under control. This isn't intensity, it's insecurity, it's desperation disguised as dominance. And if no one puts a stop to it, Caitlin Clark won't be the only one looking for the exit.